Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pooya and Liana Lounge for episode number 71. Nope, 72. I'm one half of your host, Pooya Liana. This is your other half, my other half, Dr. Liana.
That's me.
It's the Pooya and Liana Lounge. Welcome in.
That's us.
So, I have to open this episode
Okay.
by confessing something.
Oh, okay. We love a good confession.
Because most people watching this
Yep.
are going to be like seeing this about an hour into the pod.
Wait, what do you mean?
I may have forgotten to upload the last episode.
Oh my god. So wait, are you going to combine them and put them in the same episode?
Do you want me to do them separate?
Or separate?
I'll do separate.
Okay, yeah. Did I already
So-
make the thumbnail for you, or do you need a?
I think you did all the work. I think I didn't upload it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So my bad.
Okay. Well, double episode.
Double. Put them up on the same day or
Sure.
something like that.
Whatever you want to do. I don't
Yeah.
really care.
So there's that.
Cool. I have no memory of what we talked about last. We took a little bit of a yachtis, and now since the last episode wasn't updated, more of a yachtis.
All I remember is we went to Hot Pot after.
After
Whether or not that
recording?
was the first time we went or the second time we went, I just remember that happened.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was
Okay.
great for what it's
Good.
worth.
Did we talk about Hot Pot? I've got no memory.
It's been too long, is the thing.
Okay.
Now, interestingly, I
Yeah.
did notice last night,
Yep.
there was a subreddit post on the RHAP subreddit,
Okay.
and it said, is the Pooya and Liana Lounge over?
Ah. Yep.
Because it may have been a little while. Okay.
Yep. My dad also was like, "Have you guys not been releasing episodes?"
No, we haven't. And then one of the posts that had been downvoted 45 times
Okay.
because it was at minus 45.
When you saw it, yeah.
It said they probably got separated.
Ooh, that's exciting.
And then someone was like, yeah, this is like the biggest worry, right? Is that you don't see or hear content from two people and then it's a thing. And then someone was like, well, actually, Pooya's been releasing Traders podcast and he keeps talking about her. And I was like, that's a good way to check.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or am I just really good at what I do? And this is an announcement.
Yeah. We're separating.
I would, but she couldn't live without me. So
Okay. Okay.
it's facts. Yeah, you want to
Who do
talk?
you think would do better if we separated?
So we've talked about this.
Me.
No, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong because I require a lot less to function.
That's true. You could just be like, "That's true. That's true."
You were about to say something mean and then
Yep.
chose not to.
Yep.
Like I don't
I'll
know.
save that for our divorce proceedings.
We should agree right now
Yeah.
that if that ever happens, we
Yeah.
do a podcast about it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's disgusting.
Wait,
we
well,
should
why?
not do content on our
It-
love life.
I mean, what would you call this?
This content on our yeah, I guess so. Shit. But like it's the positive side.
Sure, you think we shouldn't highlight the negative
Yeah,
side?
if I'm going through it, I don't want to like
I think the idea. I mean, I think part of the positive. I'm not saying
just
we
you
should do
cracking inside jokes and then me crying.
it. You think that's what the podcast is going to be?
I think I'll well up.
Well, who's then going to be doing better post separation? Then I think you just answered that question.
No, I think that if the objective was we're both living alone, who thrives? I thrive.
I just don't want to have to do the dishes anymore.
That is such like you don't understand how insulting that is to hear that the barrier between me living alone and being with you is the dishes.
I have to think about how I need somebody to cuddle or something to cuddle. I could get one of those boyfriend arm pillows. Have you seen those? The one that's like, it's got like an arm or whatever. So I need that. And I need something that can do the dishes for me. Humanoid robots are like a thing, right?
You don't deserve me, is what I'm learning right now.
No, I think so. First of all, this is all obviously jokes. We're not separated. No. In fact, we're doubling down on our love by. Oh, sorry. We're doubling down on our
You're
love.
holding my hand like that.
I don't know. What are your hands? I don't know. Okay, we're doubling down on our love by, as I have always wanted to wear matching outfits, and here we sit in our matching hoodies. If that is a sign, maybe that's a sign that people are getting separated. You know how people that are like, ooh, they're the people that post a lot on Instagram.
They're doing the most.
Yeah, they like post the most on Instagram about their relationship. Those are the people that are like typically gonna split up.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you, right? So we're going to talk about this extensively on this podcast. We went to Seattle. Spoiler alert. I wanted to buy a hoodie to mark the occasion. Liana saw which hoodie I wanted and said, I'm just going to buy the same hoodie.
First of all, it was 2 hoodies for $35.
It was
So
a
we
mix
had to
and
get
match.
2.
You could have bought any other hoodie color
We
and
had
design.
to get 2. And what were the other colors? Like black, gray, or we could have exciting yellow. Plus, I don't really own any yellow clothes, so this is like the exciting opportunity to wear something yellow.
So you're saying that if I didn't, if I switched up to a different color,
I think I still would have picked this color.
you're lying.
No, I really do think I still would have picked this color. Because remember when we were looking before we actually purchased them? Because we went actually back to the store because the first time we went, we were on our way to the World Cup. So we couldn't like bring our stuff with us. So we went back to get souvenirs. Anyway, whatever. So the point is that the first time we were there, I said, I like that color the best. And I would get that one. So I said that independently of you picking that hoodie.
Well, I had already bought these glasses at that point. So I knew
So?
this hoodie was going to happen.
Okay, well, that's great that you knew that. And I simultaneously, independent of you, knew that this hoodie was going to happen. Look how cute it is. Seattle, Washington.
Thank you for pronouncing that.
You're
for us.
welcome. But the point is that in addition, we also now match. So I just want to say the number of matching clothing items that we have are 1, our matching Costco hoodies. 2, our matching Minnesota Wild hoodies.
Yep.
3, our matching Pride Night hoodies. 4, our matching Minnesota Twins hoodies. 5, our matching Seattle hoodies. That's
The
pretty
Prince
dang
jerseys.
good.
The Twins Prince
That's
jerseys.
what I meant.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Pride hoodies.
Yeah,
You said Pride hoodies, then
and-
you said Twins hoodies. But
Oh, yeah. What I
Yeah.
meant was the jerseys. So anyway, all I'm saying is that we now have 5, and those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. There might be more.
I don't think there's more.
No, we have those matching Malaysia T-shirts that your sister got us
I've never worn that. So,
next week.
nope.
Every week we match our clothes.
No, we do not do that.
If you want to prove to people that we're not getting separated,
I
you
don't
have to
have.
wear the same
do,
clothes.
do you feel the need to prove anything to anybody?
No,
Okay, then why?
I just like wearing the same clothes, and I want to just justify
Right.
anything I can to get us to wear
Well,
the same clothes.
maybe we can discuss it off pod.
Yes. Every week we wear the same clothes.
Yeah. All right. Well, what's new with you? Before we talk about this trip, how are you feeling?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm also good.
I thought we were going to talk about the Seattle trip.
Yeah, sure. You want to preload it?
Well, is there
Okay.
something else you want to talk about beforehand? Oh, wait, actually. Hold on. I had
It's
written
good
a
to
bunch
know.
of stuff down.
Despite being away for 3 weeks, things have not changed.
Okay. You want to tell me? I can tell you things that happened to me.
If they're Seattle based, keep them. If
No.
they're not, go ahead.
No. Okay. So I was driving downtown. I was coming back from a doctor's appointment.
If this is a radio story, I will veto you.
I was waiting in line. I was waiting in the car to drive. If there's no radio involved.
I'm just confused.
Okay. So I was sitting in the car, waiting to go, red light.
As one does.
A truck, a big semi truck, comes and makes a left-hand turn, and there's construction going on. So I'm here, and to my immediate left are a bunch of cones. That truck had very little space and started plowing down the cones as I'm sitting in the car being like, I'm going to get crushed by a semi truck and it just crushed them. It was crazy. They didn't even pop right back up. They just went and then they were just smashed and like completely on the ground.
Like a hydraulic press.
Yes, very much like a hydraulic press. And it got me thinking, don't get run over by a semi truck.
It's good words to live by, I think.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, the other thing that happened to me, I was also in the car, not a radio story, is I had to go drop something off at the UPS store, and then I went back to work. And this was like, I had to hit the 5:30 deadline, but I still had work to do. So I went 5:30, dropped the package off, went back to work. As I'm coming back to work, there's like an old car show and parade going on in the parking lot of our building / the parking lot of the hotel across the street. And I ended up in like the beginning of the parade. not the official parade, but like everybody was like sitting in chairs like on the lawn, like on the side of the road that you have to take to get into the building, like my work building parking lot. And there were like people sitting there in the chairs, and I'm like driving through, and there's like this really old car in front of me and a really old car behind me, and I'm just like, should I wave? I didn't bring any candy to throw out my window. So that was very awkward because everybody was staring at me and I didn't think I was supposed to be there. But it's not like they blocked off the turn and I had to go back to work. So anyway, so I inadvertently ended up in a tiny parade. What? Why are you laughing?
You would end up in the parade.
Yeah. It was funny, but also very awkward all at the same time. Like, I'm sure if I was actually truly in the wrong spot, they like never would have let me in there. But it was just weird to have so many people along the sides of the road just staring at you as you drive by. So that was a unique experience. That happened to me.
Well done.
Thank you. And I wrote all that down, which means I didn't talk about it on the PAL.
No, you did not. Definitely have. You've not even talked about that with me.
Yeah, because I wrote it down so I could talk about it on the PAL.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I've written down is World Cup McDonald's cups, but I think that we can fold that in too.
Sure.
And then I have a couple other random things to talk about, but we can save those.
So we can start by saying the World Cup.
World Cup.
Because I don't think we've done a pod since the World Cup started.
No.
And the World Cup has been very interesting.
I also want to talk about Love Island.
Yeah, we will. Okay. There's a lot of things going on with this World Cup. Now, one of the main things outside of the football of it all is McDonald's has this promo where you can get, it's basically like an adult Happy Meal. And you can get 1 of 9 collectible cups from McDonald's. And it's like 8 different players, either legends or current players from 8 different nations, and Grimace as the 9th cup. Mm-hmm. So Liana was like, well, how long do you think this will go for? I was like, I don't know. And then so we went to our local McDonald's, and I bought one. I got a player from Mexico. And I was like, this is cool. I really only didn't want like one option, so it was fine. And then the next day, Liana was like, what are the odds that you get the same one? And I was like, probably low. So we ran it back. I was fine after the first one, right? First one, everything good, whatever. Mm-hmm. Second time, I get Grimace. I'm like, okay, I've actually heard that it's the rarest one. We'll take it. The next morning was hell. I was in so much pain.
Wait,
I was
why?
not living well
Grimace?
because of McDonald's.
Oh.
It was not good.
Oh, not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Yeah, so that was awful, but I did secure the Grimace. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward to, and we'll talk about the rest of the trip right after this. The flight, the airport on the way back in Seattle, we got us some McDonald's, and I was like, okay, I have 2 out of 9. Mm-hmm. What are the odds that I repeat one of them?
2 out of 9.
I got Grimace again.
Let's go.
Any hopes of having a third of them dashed?
I know. That's devastating.
Okay, so the World Cup. So I've mentioned this on this pod before. I've always wanted to go to a World Cup game, and with the World Cup being in the U.S., this was a slam dunk decision to do it now. I definitely overpaid for the tickets, I think. So the date approached. It was so we're recording this on the day U.S. is playing
it's July
Bosnia
1st.
and Herzegovina. Yeah. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Mm-hmm. So we had our flight and stuff last Friday. And Thursday, the game was on Friday. And so going to Seattle was about a 4-hour flight? Mm-hmm. And it was a morning flight again, which I feel like we keep ending up in these morning flights.
They're the cheapest.
Yeah, they're the cheapest. I don't mind them. It's just the waking up and going to the airport that sucks.
Sure.
After that, it's fine.
But there's no traffic in the morning, so I like that part.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what I want to start complaining about first.
You want to complain?
I'm going to complain about one thing.
Oh, okay.
And it's not a new complaint. Oh. I've had this complaint before. I've definitely said it on the PAL. Airplanes need to stop cheaping out. Pooya, what do you mean?
Hot
I
take.
will tell you. Once upon a time, even if you didn't want to use the airplane facilities, they had a TV screen in front of every seat, right? They would provide headphones, perhaps. there was a little remote on the side of the thing for you to like navigate the stuff. I hate that airplanes have removed all of that and are like, just use your phone. Use your phone charge to watch our content. I'm like, I didn't want to watch your content in the first place. I just did because it was there. If I'm accessing my phone, I'm going to watch stuff that's on my phone, most likely. Nothing appealed to me on that. But it was just irritating that I don't have the option, because what I like to do on flights...
You're a dual screen boy.
I do love having the flight thing on the screen.
Yeah, I like
and
the
then,
flight thing.
Yeah, and then my stuff on my phone.
Well, when I flew United, where did I fly? To Colorado. When I flew United to Colorado, they had screens.
I think I flew, was it Delta to New Orleans had screens. When I flew to LA last year, I want to say, I watched Game 7 of the NBA Finals on the flight.
That's wild.
That was amazing.
I mean, we did fly Sun Country, which is a budget airline.
That's true. The flight itself was okay, though. Liana and I, historically, we've established what seat people we are. Window seat, aisle seat. Aisle seat.
Window.
Liana put us on the window seat and middle seat combination, but then didn't sit in the window seat.
Well, because I wanted to give you the window seat to be nice.
Well, that's sweet of you, but if it's for you, then it's for you.
Really? You would have sat in the middle?
I would have loved it, but yeah.
Ugh, I should have done that instead.
Yeah.
Technically, the window seat was my seat. That's the one I booked for Liana, but I just don't want to risk booking a window and a middle, or a window and an aisle, and having somebody sit in the middle.
Oh, that would be foolish. We should definitely not do that.
And I know, like, the idea is like, hey, do you mind if we sit together? Do you want the window or the aisle? And then you just offer to swap. But I have too much social anxiety, and I follow the rules too much for that.
That's fine. What I'm saying is, if that seat was meant for me, it should have been the aisle seat.
No, I know.
Yeah. But so that's whatever, right? We sit, I'm in the window, Liana's in the middle, some dude's to the right there. Midway through the flight, there is a situation happening on this plane. I've never experienced this, but we basically have a woman sitting in the aisle directly next to us. So same row, just on the other side. And she is apparently non-responsive. Now, I can't see any of this. But there's like a lot of flight attendants around her. And then they get on the thing. They're like, is there any like doctors on board?
Yeah, they made a PA announcement that was like, are there any medical staff on board? We were like, oh my God.
I was like, I've never seen this happen before. Like,
yeah.
I've only seen this in movies. And I was like, well, and then it looked like she was fine. Like based on everyone's react, because I couldn't see her, but I could see everyone that was standing around her.
No one looked crazy panicked.
Yes, no one was panicked. No one was shaking. Everything was calm. So I was like, it's gonna be calm. And like there was a paramedic there
was an EMT and a nurse both went up there.
Yeah,
to help.
So they took care of that, but they were still like monitoring her for a good while. And as this is happening, it dawns on me that I have to use the bathroom.
So wait, you shared it with me by pulling out your phone and your stylus on your phone and writing, I have to pee so bad. And showing it to me on your phone.
I wasn't about to say it.
You should have just whispered it in my ear. I don't know. You
couldn't hear the whisper on the plane.
I would have been able to hear the whisper on the plane.
You don't hear whisper in a quiet room.
If you had gotten all up in my ear, I would have been able to hear you.
Yeah, but that's inappropriate.
We're on a plane, dog.
Just read. Why was it such a big deal?
I don't know. It really made me laugh that you decided to write it down.
So, I have to use the bathroom, right?
But we're basically the woman. By the way, they brought in this woman oxygen. They're like, it's like the whole 9 yards. There's flight attendants, the EMT, the nurse. Like it's a whole coagulated area. Yeah, it was all like smush, 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 and we're right there. And thankfully, I had gone to pee earlier. But
so I remember. So I was like trying to sleep, right? And I remember Liana got up to go pee, and I was like, "Oh, I don't need to. Thankfully, that's great." And then later, I was like, I have to go. And like, there's this whole aisle is like blocked. And like, this woman's getting oxygen in, right? So imagine I'm like, hey, can you wrap this up? Someone's got to go pee.
Can you like move the tank out of the way?
So I'm like mustering every fiber of my body to not think about having to use the bathroom.
I gave you my cup.
Yeah, you're being ridiculous. We would have gotten deplaned so quickly.
Yeah, people thought it was the medical emergency. It's actually some guy peed in a bottle on a plane.
You are so ridiculous. So I'm just trying to really lock in.
Yeah.
I don't remember how long I locked in. I just remember getting to a point where I was like, I genuinely thought about what happens the worst case scenario here.
I was there. I was ready. Told you. I was like, I'll say something. I will say something. I have no problem. I'll be like, I'm so sorry.
Which is
like,
funny. You just said your social anxiety wouldn't let you to be like, hey, would you switch seats with me?
Yeah, I don't like that. But I'll fight for you if you need something.
So if I wanted to sit next to you, would you tell the person next to you?
No, you can take care of that.
Okay. That's weird. That's specifically weird.
Yeah, but that's because it's not an emergency. Like, if you peeing your pants to me and everybody on that plane, we would probably all consider that to be an emergency. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, if the EMT scooches a little bit this way, then he can get, the guy next to us can get out, and then I can get out, and then you can get out, and we can kind of like shuffle our way through. Like, I'm like planning our escape route like this is Ocean's 11.
That didn't need to happen.
Hoist you down from the ceiling, lift you right back up.
That's Mission Impossible.
Okay, but it also happens. Whatever, you know what? It's not important right now. The point is, the short Asian guy, when he goes in and he grabs the things and then he gets yeeted right back up. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've never watched Mission Impossible.
I watched Ocean's 8 on a plane.
Okay.
I actually didn't. I thought it was actually pretty decent.
Okay.
And I keep seeing clips show up on my TikTok. I think I should watch it again.
Yeah, you want to talk about how you got influenced to watch a show again recently?
Yeah, I'm easily influenced.
Yeah.
Clips of Breaking Bad showed up, and did I binge all of Breaking Bad? Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm. Which honestly, it came at the right time because you got to binge a bunch of it on the planes.
Yeah, and I threw it on 1.5 while I was like doing other stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen it like multiple times now, so I know.
So this story doesn't have that kind of an ending.
You didn't pee yourself.
Yes, okay. I did.
Great.
I was able to go line up for the bathroom. Yeah,
they cleared the other two people next to her. They were able to put the oxygen over there. Like, they kind of got things settled, especially for landing. And then they let Pooya up.
I bolted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get to Seattle. First of all, I want to talk about...
The woman was fine, by the way.
Yeah, she was...
I think it was just a glucose. I think her blood sugar just dropped. And so once they gave her, like, some ginger ale and stuff, she... No
attendance. She, like, got up on her own, left on her own.
Yeah, they didn't call the ambulance or anything. No. She got off the plane totally fine. So, anyway, happy ending to that story as well. Both Pooya got to pee and the woman was fine. 2 for 2. Yep.
So, I want to talk about the weather first in Seattle. Because we were there a total of 2 days. About 3 days. 3 days, 2 nights. And... it was mostly, like 90% of the time, cool, chilly, and a little rainy.
It was like stereotypical Seattle. Like when you think of the Pacific Northwest, that's what I think of at least.
Same.
With maybe more rain than what we actually experienced. But yeah, it was like in the 60s Fahrenheit.
Sure.
Like 15 to 20 Celsius.
I'm just happy Liana and I had a conversation about this the night before because I was ready to pack like summer wear. Yeah. So when I found that out, the hoodies started getting added
I was
in.
like, have you checked the weather? Because you should check the weather before you pack.
No.
No, you just vibes.
Yeah,
just going based on vibes. Yeah.
So we did that. And then with Seattle, the plan was I had looked up some food places to try. Spoiler alert, we didn't try the food place that I wanted to go to. No. Because someone got busy.
What?
Go on. This is your time.
Wait, when did I get busy?
What? No, just set up the stories.
No, I don't understand.
I'm navigating a lot of this story. It's your turn.
I suggested we go to that pizza place. Oh my God, you're bringing this on me.
When would we have gone?
We could have gone any one of the nights I proposed it as an option.
What nights?
We could have gone. We could have gone either on Thursday.
No, we
or
couldn't
on
do
Saturday.
Thursday.
Why couldn't we have done Thursday?
Okay,
you could have chosen that instead of.
So
Persian
right
food.
now, how dare you?
No, I'm saying that it was an option. No one prevented you from going to that pizza place.
This is not that big of a deal, and you're making it a bigger deal right now.
Fine, continue.
No, you continue.
No, you continue.
I feel like I've set up a lot of the story, and I want to sip my coffee, so you take over.
Okay, that's why. Okay, Pooya found this. It's was a pizza place.
Let's not talk about the one place we didn't eat at. How about that?
Okay. So we got in. It was early. We took, by the way, I really appreciated the light rail. Apparently,
Great.
the acronym used to be SLUT.
Really?
Yes. And I vaguely remember seeing that on the internet, but Chris, who I work with, he lived there, and he was telling me that was what the acronym used to be. So obviously they had to change it, but Sag. So anyway, so we took the SLUT from the airport to where we were going to stay. Then we took a nap.
Smooth.
Yep, very smooth, except for the fact that I called a ride share. And then
oh my God,
the
yeah.
guy was there, and we started walking towards the car, and then the guy took off, and he never showed back up. It was so weird.
We called, no answer.
Called,
we messaged,
no answer. Texted, no answer. Called him 3 times.
We just
no
assumed
response.
we assumed that it was a busy street, and he was going to go U-turn to the other street, which was
exactly
fine. But then for some reason, the location wasn't updating anymore.
Yeah, it was
and
weird.
he was nowhere to be seen. And you got the money back, though, right?
Yeah, I got the refund.
Good.
But anyway, so then we took a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went on a walk. We went to a local bakery that was suggested by the people whose house we were staying at. So we went to a bakery. Hello quiche.
Yo,
quiche
can I
action?
say, Seattle, first of all, review, phenomenal. Like, overarching review.
Okay. Expensive.
Shit's pricey.
It was very expensive.
Pretty pricey.
It was very expensive. And I will say, obviously, gas prices have gone up. I know that. You know that. We all know that. But the sticker shock of comparison between Minnesota and Seattle was nutso. It's like currently $3.50 a gallon here. It was like $6 a gallon there.
Yep. Facts.
So that was a little whoa, which I feel like such Midwest energy, but whatever. So I got a quiche. You got what'd you get? A croissant? Ham and cheese croissant. We got some coffees, continued on our little walk, stopped at a donut place.
Real quick. So I've noticed with food, because like I've been like friends have been sending me food pictures. I've been sending them food pics.
Okay.
And like when you get some good, some foods are delicious, but they just don't photograph well.
Yeah.
That croissant, there was no way to make it aesthetically look good to the eye, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
So I just remembered that.
That's good. That's a good point.
Don't sass me.
It's not sass. I said that's a good point.
Also, very hilly, Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a lot of walking up slants.
Pooya's not a slant boy.
I'm definitely...
He's a flats guy.
I am a flats guy. But a drum guy when it comes to wings, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Drums where it counts.
Drums where it counts.
Anyway, what are we...
More like drum and bass, more like flats and bass. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Isn't the whole point that I said I like drums and flats? So... wouldn't you keep drums and say drum and flats, not drum and... You said drum and bass, more like flats and bass.
Yeah. What?
It's
too highbrow. It's too highbrow for you.
There is nothing you do that's highbrow outside of maybe your science.
I saw something somewhere. It was a study where it was like really smart people like both low and highbrow humor. So we'll chalk that up in the low category. Okay, so... then we continued on our walk with our little coffees.
I would like to pause again.
Oh my God.
So this trip, right, there was a very loose itinerary. The itinerary began and ended with, we have to go to the football game
Yeah.
at latest like 5 p.m. until like whenever the game finishes, right?
Okay.
The game kickoff's at 8. We land and Liana looks like she's having a moral dilemma. And I was like, what's wrong, Liana? Share with me. And she was like, I was thinking we should consider getting a car while we're here. And I was like, why? She was like, well, I did the math and like, you know, doing this many Ubers would cost this much and then this train would do this much. I was like, okay, we can get a car. But I feel like, Liana, you were not done weighing your pros and cons.
Yeah.
But it was so clear to me what the pro was. As long as you were fine driving, it was to get a car.
Yeah.
But then, so there was like a good 30 to 45 minutes after we had landed where I feel like Liana still wasn't in vacation mode because she was trying to figure out whether or not we should go for the car.
First of all, you treat it like it's a sole binary decision. Like it's yes, we get a car. No, we don't rent a car.
Yeah, that
Okay,
quite literally is the alternative.
If you choose to rent a car, then where are you going to rent it from? How many days are you going to rent it for?
2 days.
Where are you going to pick it up? Even if you pick a rental place, do you want to do enterprise versus Alamo versus budget? Are you going to pick it up at the airport? Or are you going to pick it up at a satellite location? All of those what type of car do we want to rent? All of those factors have to be taken into consideration. And secondly, if you don't rent a car,
Second of all,
okay, where are you going to go? What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? How many different types of Ubers are you going to take? Because what ended up making the decision is because I wanted to go to Discovery Park, and that was going to be a $71 Uber, and public transportation was going to be like 3 hours to get there. And I was like, I don't want to spend 6 hours on public transportation to get to and from the park.
I'm just telling a story.
And
I'm not attacking
explaining all the other thought processes that go into making a decision.
You
so
are
yes, it took me time to process.
You are explaining this.
Option.
You're explaining this like someone who's been watching a little too much Better Call Saul and is treating this like defense counsel. When I was just like saying, just to add to the story, Liana was a little stressed about this car thing.
And I am providing additional context
But
to explain
the context,
why I was stressed about the car thing.
The context implies that this story is being told in a mocking manner, or it's being told in a, hey, look at this indecisive person, when in fact it's just me saying, hey, just a note, at this time Liana was thinking of getting a car.
I'll let the audience decide.
No, because you do that, you say that, and that implies that there is a right or wrong side, and that I have no side here.
The point is there's no sides. I'm just providing additional context to explain what was going through my head at the time.
But you're saying it at me.
Yeah, because we're having a conversation.
But say it with me.
Okay.
Okay. No. More of that lowbrow humor.
Lowbrow humor. You said say it with me. I'm saying it with you. Ask and you shall receive. I am nothing if not generous. You're welcome.
Divorce.
All right. Well, enough about the Seattle trip. I think it's time to talk about our separation terms. Speaking of Better Call Saul.
I get
clam. The girl. No.
I want clam.
No, you don't get clam. I get clam. No. You can have pearl.
No, you can keep pearl.
No, you just want me. You want me to not have what I want. You can keep the pal.
Welcome to Divorce 101. You don't want the pal?
You can have the pal. It can still be the pal. It's the Pooya and Lounge. It's still the pal.
I'm going to find me a new L.
A new L? Yeah, because you take L's, dog.
Yeah, I took one in this marriage.
No, you took an L. Also, I realized I did it with my right hand. You took an L. I guess it's an L for you. Because you're the one taking L's.
This marriage has been an
L for me. And I'm the one taking W's.
You're such a nerd.
L's.
You're such a nerd.
How am I a nerd?
Anyway,
that's not nerdy.
loser.
That's cool. I'm so cool.
Okay. Well, shall we proceed with this podcast?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm cool.
No. So, respectfully. So we are walking we walk to the coffee shop. We get coffees. And then we decide to walk to the car rental place.
I did ultimately, after agonizing,
pick a place.
Did the math, sorted out what I thought would be the best option.
The reason we ended up taking naps too was because Liana was like, well, we should get the car at like 3. So I was like, well, we got time.
Because if we picked the car up at noon, but wanted to drop it off at 3, 2 days later, they charge you for 3 days. They don't just charge you for the extra 3 hours. So you got to pick up, drop off, same time.
Okay.
That was part of the consideration.
Whether
or not I thought it was worth it.
Whether or not it was worth it.
Mm-hmm, worth it.
So we start walking to go to the car rental place. We do see a donut spot. And I was like, shall we donut? Like, it looks pretty good. This was a fat donut, and it might have been the densest donut of my life.
But it wasn't a cake donut, though.
It was a
regular, what do you call it? Cake versus, what's the other one called?
Yeast?
Ew.
Is it not?
A yeast donut? No, it's cake versus something. Anyway, whatever. The point is that it was like the Krispy Kreme donuts, but it was like the densest, lightest glazed donut I've ever had. Like, it's so weird to describe because it was heavy, but it wasn't dense, but it was heavy. I don't know. Anyway, it was a very we split the donut, and I'm so happy that we
Yeah,
did.
yeast donut.
A yeast donut?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was another term for it. Cake and something. Like cake is like the really
Someone
dense
says
ones.
This old fashioned also.
An old fashioned.
Doesn't matter. Basically, yeah. So,
Yeah, so
this
a
felt like
yeast donut.
this felt like a more heavy, Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah, it was a marvel of donuts. I've never had anything like it.
It was amazing, but I felt like it slowed me down.
Yeah, good thing we had that walk. So anyway, so then we picked up the car, and then we went to Discovery Park, which I wanted to do, but you couldn't park down by the wading pools, but like down by the beach, so that was very sad. So we just kind of drove past, looked around, parked in another. We went to a different parking lot because there was a scenic overlook, but it was not that scenic, and I guess technically it was an overlook. So we kind of like popped our little heads out there, and then we left.
If that space was a wrestler, it'd be John Scenic.
Oh, John Scenic. Mm-hmm. Bam, bam, bam. And then we went and got dinner.
We did. We went for Persian food.
In the spirit of
the game
Iran,
the next night.
I guess.
Yeah. Delicious.
It was very good.
Very, very good. And then as we were eating, I had the suggestion of, hey, should we go downtown? Kind of get a lay of the land of what to expect tomorrow. And also the USA Turkey game was that night. So I was like, and we go watch the USA Turkey game in like we're in the States. We're in a city that's hosting a World Cup game. It's going to be bonkers.
Yeah, let's go explore.
Yeah. So we go, and it was bonkers. It absolutely was.
It was so fun.
Mm-hmm. It was great. Like being in that environment, I can't describe it, but it was so good.
Yeah,
so good.
We ended up taking the train to Pioneer Square, and then there was a whole watch party there with like a big screen and like wristbands, and it was free. And so we got into the little thing, and then we were there, and we were all the other fans, and it was super exciting, and everybody was like so energetic. And then one guy started climbing the tree. I got sleepy.
USA chants abound.
Yes, there were a lot of USA chants.
And I've never watched the energy drain out of a space as quickly as the last kick of the game. Turkey scores the winner.
Yeah.
Because like the whole time there's USA chants, everyone's hype. Yeah, the hype died. But then it's funny because they lost, right? And this whole time everyone's talking about how Turkey's an easy layup, like they're gonna win, whatever. They lost, and immediately the defensiveness was, we're still top of the group. Turkey's going home anyway. Who cares? I was like, well, you lost, though. Like, the undefeated streak is broken.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was basically, how many different starters?
They benched most of their team.
They benched most of the team. Okay, so it's like...
Which I don't know if I agreed with.
Why? You give your guys a chance to rest, your top guys.
You do, but I also think there's...
It's rude.
No. I don't care about the rudeness. Oh. I think there's merit to having your team play together longer because from here on out, it's elimination games.
Right. Yeah.
So your team did good for 2 games in a row. Keep riding that momentum a little bit. And like you can have, 5 subs? Sub them all out at the halftime.
I think the concern is injury, right?
It is.
No further than Canada. And like, if you don't want one of your players to break their leg... Try to protect them as best you can.
That's definitely the reason.
I do understand that side of it. But I also hear the team camaraderie, like teamwork kind of thing, because I think that's totally fair.
But I also think it's nice to, in the play the other side of it, though, it's nice to have as many of your players experience the World Cup game.
Sure.
Like get to play
and
minutes.
Get to actually have like play time in the World Cup. Yeah. But anyway, so we were in Pioneer Square for that. Although there was this one guy who was wearing like a blazer.
I clocked him so early too.
Yeah, he was packing heat. He had a gun.
Just say he had a gun.
He had a gun.
Who are you?
Trying to be cool. He was packing. You know what I'm saying? He had a gun, and he was like, but I think he was with the art gallery. Like he was
just protecting this one door that no one was trying to go into anyway.
But he kept going. He went inside. So I think he was anyway. That was the only like weird part of the whole situation where I felt like a little bit unsafe.
I regretted saying that to Liana because it's like, if someone's afraid of a spider and then you let them know, hey, there's a spider 20 feet away. They're going to keep looking at that spider now. That was Liana with this guy.
Well, I wanted to make sure he definitely did have a gun.
Well, I was like, Liana, that guy has a gun. She was like, no, he doesn't. And
I was like, there's no way. And this like crowd of people.
I was like, I saw it.
You did see it, yeah. He had I think he had a taser also. Which I'm like, that's
Once
fine.
you have
a
the
taser.
gun, like
Yeah, right, exactly.
you
Yeah,
have 5 tasers,
yeah.
but you had a gun, you know?
So that was the only kind of weird part about the whole situation, but it was very fun to be like in that energy and in that atmosphere. And I think that really sort of kicked off the World Cup celebration piece
The
of our
energy
trip.
of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That was
'Cause
really like, oh, this is what we're here
basically
for.
everything after that, we didn't end up doing any other sightseeing. All the other sightseeing we did
Was World Cup
like
related.
World Cup. Yeah, exactly. Or like downtown somewhere, like with the World Cup people.
Yeah. So then we get to Saturday. We found this breakfast spot. Great pancakes. I was very happy.
Mm-hmm.
So already starting the day off nice. And then we decided to go downtown a little early to catch the France-Norway game.
We ran a couple errands that morning. Not that that's...
We did?
Well, yeah, because I wanted to get a clear bag.
Oh,
to
we
take to the
did do
game.
that. Yes, I was going to buy a beanie because it was cold.
Yes.
I didn't buy a beanie.
You did not buy a beanie.
No.
And you were also going to buy a hoodie or something?
Because I only brought 2 hoodies.
Yeah. But
I didn't
we
buy a
didn't
hoodie.
end up doing that. We got you your foot stuff.
Well, I did buy a hoodie.
Yeah, you did end up buying
I
a hoodie.
did have to buy foot stuff. My feet were in pain.
Yes.
So I had to wrap them up.
Yes.
So I did that. We came back. We did that. We changed into our outfits. And then we made our way to downtown. Now, the thing is, you got to know some context here. We were going to watch the Iran-Egypt game. Why did we choose this game? Because my family, my parents, Iranian. I was born to Iranian parents. And despite being born and raised in Dubai, I did not get raised. I got raised in an Iranian household. So I got raised in a Persian community, Persian culture wrapped around me. So that's my team.
And for me, my sister has some hieroglyph tattoos. So basically equivalent.
You married me. So
I was in all Persian garb, okay?
garb is funny. Yeah, so I had given Liana one of my Iran jerseys from back in the day, and we were both. So what's funny is we both were wearing a red sweater, right? Like
Yeah,
a
I
red
brought a red
red
hoodie,
sweat,
yeah.
like a red sweater, for in case it gets cold. Egypt's colors, their home jersey is a red color, very similar color to the red we were wearing. Iran's gonna wear white, so there was many moments during this day where I was like, I feel like we look like we're part of the Egyptian supporters. But we get downtown, and very early on, it's very clear that this is a predominantly
There's
Egyptian
a lot of
fandom.
Egyptian fans, yeah.
They are here and they are ready.
Yeah.
This was a little earlier in the day, though. I will say my Persians pulled up later. There was more of them later.
I do think there were still overall
I
more
think
Egyptians. But
I think it was either 60-40 or 65-35.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So we go down. They have a watch party area at the pier where they have a big screen set up by the water to watch the game. So we went and watched the first half of the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Not Netherlands.
Norway,
France. Yeah. We watched that. I thought about this. The fact that Norway sat their players out, I was like, oh, I would be fuming if I was this someone who bought tickets to this game, being like, ooh, Mbappe versus Haaland. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
So also I had Haaland in my fantasy team. That didn't work out.
Sorry about that.
Doesn't matter. I didn't care. I've not been looking. So then we left after halftime because this was right outside the market.
Yeah, the Pike's Place.
Yeah, Pike's Place, which Liana wanted to go. Tell them why you wanted to go.
The fish. I wanted to see them throw the fish. We got to see them throw the fish.
Yep.
It was a bit anticlimactic. I'm not going to lie.
It was kind of underwhelming, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And then Liana wanted to get oysters. So we went and got oysters at a spot. What was it called? The crab something?
Crab pot or something like that. We tried to go to a couple places, but the lines were really long, so we were like, let's just find a place that we
Let's just go to the crab pot.
Yeah.
I will say, up until this point, also, we're starting to get little interactions with people here and there. Like, someone noticed Liana in the Iran jersey. Like, oh my God, why do you have this player's jersey? He's my favorite player from back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I had this jersey when I was in the 8th grade. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Or people doing Iran chants as they were walking past us. And I was like, there are some of us here. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that was actually definitely super cool when people would come up or people would just be like, Iran. Like, or when we were confused for Egypt fans for a hot second and people were like, are you supporting Egypt? We're like, no, Iran.
Oh my God, that was funny. But then there was this one guy who we were walking outside, and he was like, "Are you supporting Iran today or Egypt?" And I was like, "Iran." And he's like, "Wrong answer."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it."
Yeah, but I think like just that sense
The
of
atmosphere was
community
great
and the energy.
because
Yeah.
it didn't sound malicious at any point.
And like when we were at the Netherlands, I keep saying Netherlands. When we were at the
Norway,
Norway-France game, the guy next to me, I think it was when you went to get a drink, like he chatted to me for like a hot second, because we were both rooting for Norway. So like I don't know. Again, just like all those little interactions, even if it wasn't the Iran-Egypt stuff, like just everybody was there and like happy to be there and excited, and like it was just so cool.
Everyone was more than happy to talk some football.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I think it's funny because one of those situations where everyone has a story here, right?
Yeah.
It's like most people are not here from Seattle.
Although that
here
one
from
guy
all
we
over.
talked to in line, he was from Seattle. He went to a couple of games.
He had gone to every game in Seattle, basically, which I was like, I mean, honestly, if I lived here, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I think he
why
was a
not?
Mexico fan, but or was he? Yeah.
Yeah, he was wearing a Mexico jersey. So what did we have for lunch that day? I guess that's all we did, really. We had the oysters and I had the thingy.
You the dip.
I had the dip, which was a crab dip. It was so good. It was better than spinach
Oh my
dip.
god, I had crab cake at breakfast. First of all, don't diss spinach artichoke dip. How dare you?
I'm not dissing it. It just that one was better.
I had these
Spinach
really
artichoke dip is overrated.
I love spinach artichoke dip.
Yeah.
Get out of this house.
It's
out of this
overrated.
house. I get spinach artichoke dip in the divorce.
I get clam. I don't care what else I eat.
No,
get.
I get clam. You can have pearl. I don't want pearl. You can have pearl.
That's so mean. I'll take both of them then.
No, I get clam.
No.
Okay, anyway.
You're not leaving with clam. I just want you to know this.
It's so rude of you. Clam's gonna be so sad, Bean.
Yeah, well, you know who's going to be more sad?
Me.
No, me.
Oh, well, shouldn't have done whatever you did that caused us to get
The
divorced.
only happiness I have remaining is knowing you didn't get to have clam.
Okay, that's very petty of you.
Call me Tom.
Yeah, okay, all right. Crab cakes. Crab cakes. I had crab cake Benedict. It was so good.
The hollandaise sauce was good at the spot we went to.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. But anyway, so then we just kind of wandered along the water, which was super cool. There were a bunch of like shops and restaurants and boat tours and stuff like that. And it was just kind of neat to like see the city, the hustle, the bustle, and predominantly World Cup fans.
Mostly fans in Egypt jerseys, Iran jerseys, and like other
or just,
football team jerseys.
Exactly.
Any
other
jersey.
assortment of jerseys.
Yeah.
We saw
I tried to keep up, but I eventually fell off. But
yeah.
We saw so many US
so
kids.
many US
Mexico kids.
Yes.
I saw a guy wearing Honduras, and I was like, they're not even in the World Cup, man. Like, what are we doing here? He was like, I got a national team jersey. I'll just wear it. Fuck it. It's fine.
I saw Argentina,
Spain, Portugal. We saw Portugal.
Netherlands.
Too many try-hard dudes in CR7 jerseys. I was like, come on, man. Give it up. Oh my God. Italy.
Norway.
Why the fuck is there so much Italy merch at every World Cup place we've gone to for shopping? It's like they didn't even make it.
Yeah, but I think
Is it
like,
because
it's
they're the ones left over? Yeah, like all the France sold out, everything.
Yeah.
They're like, just take the Italy jersey.
Yeah, just have an Italy jersey.
They'll make it to a World Cup someday.
At some point, it's fine.
Yeah, so then as it got closer to so we went and did another coffee stop somewhere. We parked up to do coffee.
Yeah, that's when you met the other Iranians.
Yeah, so there was
the Egypt guys were there playing music and we didn't like them.
No, we didn't mind it. But yeah, there was these guys who then were like, "Are you supporting Iran or like, are you going to the game? Are you supporting Iran?" And Joe was like, "We're supporting Iran." And then they're like, "Oh shit, we are too."
Weird,
like,
yeah.
He was like, "We just came from the game in LA." I was like, "Oh shit, you went to the LA game?" And I was like, "That's devotion right there."
Yeah.
If I'd gotten tickets, we would have talked about it.
Yeah.
We didn't get tickets. But then they were talking about how, and this is about to get a little serious here, so mind you, like this is gonna happen. They were like, "Well, if you're depending on what you're going to the game for, everything is there." And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean? If you're going there to protest the Islamic regime, there's people there for that. If you're there to be pro-Islamic regime, there's people for that. If you're there to just support the team and watch the football, there's people there for that." I was like, door number 3. That's what we're trying to do here. And like that's been the thing with Iran the last 2 World Cups now, where it's become such a divisive thing because like 4 years ago when we went to the World Cup, it was in the heights of the protest, Women Life Freedom.
Yep.
And then now we have this going on.
Yep.
So it's been always like a fuck this team. This is their team, not our team. And I'm like, I mean, I grew up like this I'm going to support the team, but I don't co-sign any of that other stuff. It's complicated. Yeah. So we're talking to them a bunch. It's a good conversation. They leave. And as they leave, the Egyptian fans are starting to like multiply. There's more of them. It's loud music. It's like they're getting hyped. And as they're getting hyped, I've been continuously getting more and more nervous all day. Because it starts sinking in. What if I flew all the way here to watch my team get pummeled for nothing?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to hurt me. So we then decide, we asked him and one other guy, like, about going to the, I was about to say airport, the stadium ahead of time. And everyone had said it's worth it. They said,
go right away.
Go right away. There's kiosks, there's giveaways, they do this, that, whatever. You should go right away. So we start making our way towards the stadium area. And there's a lot of vendors and stuff outside before you even go in the line for like getting your ticket looked at and everything. I tried a Seattle dog.
You did try a Seattle dog.
Which for the uninitiated, Seattle dog is a hot dog with grilled onions and cream cheese. No regrets.
Okay, you liked it.
I liked it. It looked bad.
It did look bad. I was not interested.
So what's funny is I showed a friend a photo of it. And I was like, as I was typing, it doesn't look good. It was delicious. She was like, oh my God, yum, that looks good. And I was like, interesting. Different opinions. It's because I don't think the photo captured it where the cream cheese clearly looked like it came out of a tube.
Yeah.
Right?
The hot dog looked good.
The hot dog was great. I mean, all of it was good, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure it tastes good.
Yeah. So I got my hot dog, and that was kind of dinner at that point, which was fine. And then we did more of a walk. Liana needed a bathroom. She found a bathroom, thankfully. She bathroomed. And then as we're doing this, I was like, I'm going to keep an eye out for any Iran jerseys because I don't have a jersey. Did not find one. But I feel like you should start now talking about this segment because I'm very curious about how your feelings were going into this. I've avoided asking you as much as I can because you kind of come in as not the plus one, but like you're coming in as the non-Iranian into this space for a sport that you don't follow as closely as I do.
Okay.
So I want to know your thoughts also. So
yeah, I had fun.
Take over, please.
Okay. Where do you want me to start? When we entered the stadium?
So we finished the hot dog and now we went to the gate.
Yeah, I finished the hot dog and then we went to go get in line. And when we got there was like a super long line. Also a ton of protesters like out and about. We waited until they started letting people in to go get in line.
Real quick. So on the way there to the line, there was these two women that were doing face paint for flags. And I was like, Liana, should we? She was like, yeah, let's do it. So I go up to the girl. And as I'm trying, because her and the other girl both have Egyptian flags on. And I was like, will you do an Iran flag? Before I can even get there, she was like, $12 per side. And I was like, all right, buddy, good luck. I don't care. I support my team. I'm not supporting them for 25 bucks
like
that.
A couple bucks, I would have done it. But yeah, because if it was $12 per side, that's basically.
I mean, I would have gotten one side. I don't need both sides at that point. Like, save 50 bucks.
But anyway, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, the thing is, because we saw other people like doing it for free, so
we still missed that one moment. We goofed. We didn't goof. I just didn't socially put myself out there.
I didn't even see it was happening. You're the one who told me about it afterwards. But anyway, whatever. Yeah. So, okay, so we get in line, and people are hyped. Like, the Iran chants are going hard. Like, the whole time we were in line, there was a guy it wasn't a vuvuzela, it was like a...
It's like a specific, I don't know what kind of horn to describe it as, but it is a horn that is used in, like, every Iran game.
Yeah. So he was, like, playing his horn and, like, leading the chants, and everybody around us is chanting. And then, who was the guy who yelled at me about the jersey again? Was it that
the same dude from earlier in the day. It was like, he like yelled out the player's name, and I heard it, and I was like, surely it's not this specific thing that's happening. And this is a line that's going snake style, so it goes the other way, and then we see him, he's waving, and I was like, it's like, yo, what's up, man? We're here. Yeah.
So I thought that was very cool, the camaraderie and everything. I will say, the Egyptian fans all had these like pharaoh cap things.
They mocked us. As far as like,
good.
I think, not that it's a cheat code, but I think they have cooler history for outfits. They have
symbol, like more clear symbols.
Yes.
Right? Because like, what would the Persian hat look like? You know what I mean?
Like the thing is, like the only thing I can think of is like this statue with this guy with the very thick beard.
Yeah.
But like, we already got them beards. Like, what am I going to put more beard on my face? I'm not going to do that.
Put that guy on your head like Ornacia.
Right.
Drag Race.
But like the pharaoh, like headpieces,
head guard,
doing the makeup, doing like
it was very cool.
like people were dressed like Cleopatra. Like it was like
Yeah.
they. I was jealous. I'll be honest. I was
Yeah.
very jealous that they had that. Also, their jersey's sick. The red jersey, I
Yeah,
love their
it's very
jersey.
cool.
So I was like, there's a lot of you and you get to look good. Fuck you.
Yes.
Like,
So, but that being said, at least when we were entering, the Iranians were certainly louder, but the Egyptians looked cooler.
they look cooler. I will say though, in the game, the Iran fans were louder.
Initially, the Egyptian fans were louder when they did the like thing, but here's what I think happened. I think the neutral people went to the Iran side.
They backed Iran.
They backed Iran, especially as the game went on. Like the longer the game went on, when Iran got the ball, like especially in the latter half of that game, everybody got hyped.
Yeah.
Like even the people, like we had some
Neutrals.
some neutrals near us, and like they started getting hyped when Iran got the ball. Like definitely you
Yeah.
could tell that was where the energy was going of the stadium.
I think because if you're going into these games as a neutral, I think you're going to end up supporting the players you know, right? And the most popular player in this game, without a doubt, is Mo Salah, who is in the Egyptian team. But I do think there's definitely truth to that, where like you want to you're rooting for like the underdog, and I think also for this game, if Egypt had lost, they would qualify anyway. So if you're a neutral, you're like, everyone goes home happy. Why not? Let's have that be the case. So we line up, we go through the line. We get through a lot faster than I think both of us expected.
Yeah, like into the stadium.
Yeah.
Or the stadium grounds.
Yes.
Because that was the thing, was they had extended out the fences. So there was the OG fences of like where normally you would enter, but they had extended it out so they could put a bunch of stuff in the parking lot.
None of the kiosks really spoke to me.
I wanted to do this chain bracelet, like charm bracelet thing.
We
but
got done dirty by that.
Yeah.
They shut that one down very early, even though we were like one of the first people there.
Yeah, it's lame.
Yeah, so that was unfortunate. And then I think the very sobering moment we had was Liana was like, I might get a seltzer. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go get a seltzer. We get to the truck, and we had a seltzer earlier in the Norway-France game. We got 2 beers for like $7 a piece. It's the same menu because it's the same drink sponsor. They are triple the price now.
Yeah.
The seltzer is $21.50.
Yeah.
And it's just a regular can.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is greedy.
Yeah.
Is what this is. This is the greed. They talk about greed. This is that greed though.
This is the capitalism. So yeah. So we didn't end up doing any of the things in the yard. We took our photos next to the big FIFA ball. That was kind of cool.
Did we take photos of the FIFA ball?
Yeah,
Oh, you have the photos, yes.
Well, I took a photo of the FIFA ball.
Yeah, and then we also went and lined up for merch, and then as we're there, one of the volunteers came up to us and said, "Hey, there are other merch stores inside if you want to do that," because I think the line was getting a little like
It was
crazy.
really long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start coiling. So we're like, I mean, fuck it. Like, I had looked already. I knew they didn't have an Iran jersey, so I was gonna look at the other Iran stuff they had. So we go inside, we like browse the entirety of the outside. We then go downstairs and we find the official, like the big store. So we lined up for that. I think about after 15 minutes we got into that store.
Yeah, it didn't take too long.
No.
It was a super long line, but it was moving.
I will say, very well organized. Like things were very quick. Lines in and out, like nothing.
Very
We were queued up for
efficient.
nothing for that long. And we also had, it helps that we had a lot of time also. So we go into the store and we copped a couple of things apiece. And so that was nice. I finally had something Iran related to wear. So I wore that. And then we went to our seats and we sat down. And at that point, it started getting real. So, and because mind you, we sat down about an hour and change to go before the game. Like it was still a while to go.
They played the American national
That was
anthem
interesting.
at an hour before the game started, like randomly. It was like, please rise for the national anthem, like 1 hour before the game, and then like nothing else happened after that. It was very weird.
It wasn't like and now they're gonna do like the intro package for each team. That happened like 35 minutes later.
Yeah, or it wasn't like preceding that, right?
Yeah, it wasn't
like,
back to back to back to back.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
So that was interesting. We did get to watch the teams train, and at that point,
That's cool.
yeah, when they were like, all right, coming out, the Iranian goalie. That's when I was like, oh my God, the Egypt fans are here, because they were louder than us by like a country mile.
Yeah, they were very loud.
So that happens. We watch the warm-up happen. Then we got to watch the flag ceremony. Like once they pull the flags out and the national anthems are happening, I think that. Go ahead.
Those flags were huge.
They were massive.
They're huge. That so I think what I think I know what you're about to say. So I'm gonna say for me, that was a moment where it was like, oh my god, this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same for you. Yeah.
Because I took a photo of that, and we're watching it all happen. I was like, oh my god, we're at a World Cup game. Like that's when it started hitting.
Yes, 100%.
So then the game kicks off, and like they do a countdown before the kickoff, kicks off, and we're watching the game, and it's like, oh my god, this is nuts.
This is so cool.
And I'm like, oh, I forgot how high the stakes are.
Yeah.
And then Egypt scored within the first 10 minutes.
Oof.
I don't remember how I looked because I couldn't see myself. So you have to describe.
Well, I was obviously sad, but like you looked devastated.
I just sat in my seat.
Yeah,
I couldn't
you
do
just
it.
you didn't say anything. You just were devastated.
Yeah. And then
because the other thing too, to put this in context, you were like, as long as Iran scores first.
I was like,
as long as Iran scores first, and as long as we don't get pummeled. And it was like, oh my god,
they scored in the first 10 minutes.
They scored in the first 10 minutes. We're so screwed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the panic started setting in at that point. Because also anytime Iran notoriously is a defensive-minded team, and they always have to chase the lead, and I hate that. And then about maybe 5 minutes later, we get a penalty.
Oh my god!
I don't know how to.
I was like, "This is it.
Yeah,
we're doing it. We're back, baby."
I don't know how to explain it. I didn't feel good about the penalty. I was like, I didn't know, right? But I was like, my luck, they're gonna miss this. Like being negative,
they missed it.
They missed it. But I think them missing it lines up something that happened next, which was maybe like 5 minutes after that, they equalized.
Yeah.
And I lost it. He
started crying. Can I say that?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I already said it.
Yeah.
But you started crying. And I think the thing is what preceded that before the game started, I think. I had said, like, remember, no matter what happens, like, you're getting to watch your team. Think about, like, 14-year-old Pooya.
She RuPaul'd me.
I did. I RuPaul'd him. I was like, look at this picture of little baby Pooya. What would you say to him today? You know what I mean? It was, like, one of those moments. And so I think, like, the culmination of all of those things of, like, seeing, like, feeling that emotion, seeing your team score and equalize, like, I think that overwhelmed you, if I could say what
it definitely overwhelmed me. It was not an emotion I thought was ever gonna happen. It just did. I definitely something in my body seized when they scored. My back started hurting like crazy, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I just like was celebrating.
Muscle spasms.
Yeah, and then I cried. I was like very happy. And then I was like, "Fuck, I care about this a lot. This is bad." So then that happened. Then we get to the halftime. Game's good. At this point, like, my emotions are calm again because we're not losing immediately, right?
Yeah.
It's tied.
It's not a blowout yet.
It's not a blowout.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yep.
Everything's going well. So I've become more regular again. But now I'm getting fucking pissed because there's this dude to the left of us who is in a Netherlands jersey, which, by the way, I'm happy your team didn't make it to the next round. Go Morocco. So we're sitting here, right? And this guy has now gotten up, left, and come back like 6 times. It's not even the first half yet being done.
And we were the aisle.
We're the
Pooya
aisle
got his
seats.
aisle seat.
Oh yeah, we're seat 1 and 2 on the aisle we're on.
Yeah.
And we were like way up, by the way. Like we were like, our row was AA, and I thought, oh, A row, that's good. Didn't realize it meant we're going to go from A to Z all the way up, and then AA, BB, CC begins.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. I actually really liked it.
I loved our seats.
Yeah,
our seats were phenomenal, I think.
And we had an empty seat next to us, which was nice.
I was very happy about that also. Well worth the overcharge I spent on these tickets. So that guy's pissing me off. And by the second I told him, I was like, if this motherfucker does this again, I'm going to have to tell him off. Not in like I'm going to fight you way, but in a, hey, can you please, like, have some decorum? You paid for these seats. We did also. Stop moving. Or go away. Like, your choices are obvious. So first half finishes. I'm nervous. I'm drinking a lot of water, which means I need to pee. So every time there was a hydration break, it was a Pooya pee break. My favorite part of the hydration break was the amount of people booing.
The hydration breaks, yeah.
That was the loudest.
That was of all of the cheers in the stadium.
The boos were the loudest.
The boos for the hydration breaks were easily the loudest.
It's
because everybody agreed. The Iran fans, the Egyptian fans, the neutrals, everybody was like, "F these."
What are we doing?
Breaks.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
You're breaking up the flow.
Yes, this is not football.
Yeah. So then second half happens, and I would say the first 20 minutes were like, "Oh my god, are they going to score? Oh no, they're about to get scored on."
Yeah. Somewhere
in the 70th minute mark, I was like, "Let's just take the tie."
Yeah.
I don't want to lose. I'm not feeling great about where this is going. Mo Salah got subbed off.
Yeah.
But the problem was our team was playing very defensive, and our number one attacker, Mehdi Taremi, is 34, 33. He's not that fast anymore. And so when they were doing counterattacks, Egypt was catching up to him every time. So I was like, we're not going to score on a counter.
No.
We need a new fresh pair of legs. They weren't doing that. So I was like, let's just take a tie. Then something changed in like the last 10 minutes. I saw a different side to my own team. They were hungry. They were pushing. And then they scored. And I cried again.
But everybody was losing their minds.
Because it was like the 93rd minute.
Yeah.
And this was they scored. They're in the next round. Iran's never been in the next round. My whole thing was I want to see history be done with Iran here. So they score. I'm like, oh my God. Tears. And then the game doesn't continue. And I knew at that moment, I don't think we're getting this goal. Like, Liana was like, oh my God, this is great. People around us are like popping off. And I was like, Liana, we can't celebrate yet. We have to wait and see. Goal gets called offside.
Oh, that VAR review.
Ruined everything.
It was so sad.
Then they hit the crossbar like twice also.
Yeah. It was a really brutal end. And I think it was such a roller coaster of emotion because it was like, oh my God, they're going to get trounced. Oh my God, I can't believe they missed that PK. Oh my God, we're tied. Let's go.
The hope is back.
Oh, okay. As long as it's a tie, just let it be a tie. Oh my God, we're going to win. Oh my God, we're going to win. Oh my God, we're going to win. Oh,
and like,
we tied.
Yeah. And like what had happened was in the lead up to that game, I've been like every Iranian, I've been studying the third place odds, right? Because if we tie, we're in third place. If we win, we're in first place, depending on the Belgium game, but definitely second place. So in order for that to happen, we needed, I think out of 6 games, we needed one result to go the way we needed it to go. So Australia, Paraguay, we need one of them to lose. They drew. Ecuador, Germany. You know what? Germany's a great team. They're probably going to whoop them. That's good for us. Ecuador wins. And so when we tie, it was like, you know what? It's fine.
It's not over. There's still
it's not over.
More games.
We still have odds in front of us. Oh, earlier that day, something else had happened that was kind of bad also. We just needed Senegal to not win by more than 2 goals. Senegal scored 5 goals to Iraq, which, by the way, Iraq, what the fuck, man? What the 5?
Yeah, not ideal.
Anyway, so we need one of 3 games to go our way. So it's Croatia versus Ghana. If Ghana wins, great. If they tie or Croatia wins, that result's no good. That's gone. Second result, it's Congo versus Uzbekistan. Should Congo draw or lose, we're fine. Uzbekistan was winning 1-0 until the 72nd minute, and then Congo scored not 1 but 2 unanswered goals and wins. So that's done. We're left with 1 game, folks. 1 game. Austria versus Algeria. A game seated in history because that Austria and their treatment of Algeria is the reason why all the match day 3 games, the third round of the group stage games, get played at the same time so that people cannot tamper with those results. But because the World Cup is bigger now and because there's 48 teams, a lot of these games now do have that issue where you know what result you need to get through because you're relying on other groups' performances. So in order for Iran to progress, simple. Algeria needs to get their revenge on Austria and beat them for that one wretched World Cup back in the day. Or Austria can ruin Algeria's day again and beat them.
Just not a draw.
A draw gives both teams 4 points. 4 points is more than 3. Automatically, Iran then becomes 9th best third place teamer, which only the top 8 third place teams get to go to the next round. Liana and I board our plane to go back home after, like maybe minutes after the Congo-Uzbekistan game is over. And so the game that is happening, Austria versus Algeria, is happening while we're in air. Mm-hmm. Meaning by the time we land, the game's over. So the last 20 minutes of this flight, I'm ready. I'm like, just turning airplane mode off and check. Part of me was like, I should just silently turn off airplane mode and check right now. But I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till we land. Uh-huh. We land. I open my phone. And I'm like, all right, here we go. 3-3. And that wasn't even the worst part. Then I had to find out that it was 2-2. And then Algeria scored in the 93rd minute with 4 minutes of extra time, 93rd minute. Austria scored an equalizer in the 96th minute of a 94-minute game.
Blame the refs. They should have cut the game off.
All I know is the only solace I can take outside of being completely bitter that they didn't qualify is the fact that I was not watching that game live. Because had I watched that game live, it would have basically been me going through the exact same feeling I had in the stadium, which was, oh my God, we're through. Oh my God, we're not.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I was distraught, y'all. Like, it was so close.
I know.
And I think that sucked.
I know. It's so tough to be so close.
And like, what I did appreciate was I could tell Liana felt bad for me.
I felt so bad. So bad. And there were like, it felt like so many opportunities for it to go well. Because it didn't matter. It's like, just get through, just get through, just get through. And to be that, literally the 9th best third place team, just have just so many little things not go your way. Like, that's just so brutal. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, I think we can look at the positives, which are one, you got to, yes, we're going to look at the positives. You got to see your team play. You got to see your team score.
That was, was incredible. That was an incredible feeling. I didn't see my team lose, which was great.
Exactly.
And I think just being in that ambiance was phenomenal. I think, unfortunately, I've now seen how good a game can be.
So I would say the game, obviously, so fun. So stressful, but so fun. For me, it was not just the game. It was the whole energy and atmosphere surrounding it. It was like unlike any other sporting event I've ever been to in my entire life. It was amazing. 11 out of 10. I 100% would love to go again. Yeah.
I think now we need to seriously consider...
I think we need to seriously consider a vacation in 4 years.
Spain, Portugal, or Morocco.
Yeah.
Or all three.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Those are options for us. So, and I've not been to any of those countries, and I want to go to those countries. So.
And the thing is that, like, yes, it was expensive.
It was worth it.
It was so worth it. It was so fun. And I think especially because, like, we're not big vacation people. So to have that be the vacation, I think totally made sense. And for me, I thought it was the correct decision.
Yes, it was.
I had a lot of fun. I definitely want to do it again. I know we said it's like a once in a lifetime type thing, but I'm like, how do we make this a twice in a lifetime type thing?
Yeah.
We'll have to start planning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was a great experience. And I agree with you. I think that having been to so many sporting events, nothing has had that energy.
And that's the thing is because this past year has been our like Minnesota sports tour, and
we have experience in all of them.
No shade to any of the Minnesota sports teams because this is not, I don't think, a Minnesota thing. It's just a World Cup versus like a U.S. sports thing.
I imagine the only thing that comes close to this is like the Olympics.
Yeah, possibly.
But
Yeah.
even then, I feel like that's still a little different because there's so many events happening.
Yeah, it's not as concentrated.
Exactly. This
Yeah.
is football and football only.
Yeah.
And like it's so fun watching all the different nations, like the fans from like so much of the stuff I've enjoyed this month has been like the Japanese fans trying Texas barbecue for the first
Yeah,
time.
the ranch of it all.
Oh my god, the amount of people that are bringing ranch home, which TSA had to be like, hey, you can't do that.
I saw somebody had posted a picture of like one of those at the airport. You know, they have the newsstands or whatever with ranch, selling ranch dressing, like bottles of ranch dressing.
They know, yeah. So that was and then at the airport got McDonald's, got Grimace again, and this is happening while I'm waiting for any results. Right, I'm like, surely this result can't go ahead against me either.
It was like, no, it's okay. This one, I'm sure will go.
I've never in my history of existence had so many results go against me.
You had very bad luck.
I'm historically very lucky, and I mean that because I've kind of lucked my way into a lot of things I've gotten in my life.
Yes.
I can't believe it ran out.
No more luck.
No more luck.
No more luck.
I'm fresh out of luck.
Well, I guess this is probably a bad time to tell you, but your luck has also run out on me.
Yeah, it's fine. Me and Clam will, be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was amazing. I had an absolute blast. It was so fun.
All right. Now,
I'm just gonna check my notes to see if there's anything else I wrote down.
yeah, I have a story from the trip still.
Okay.
So the waitress at the breakfast place we went to said, "Thank you for coming." And Liana said, "Thanks, you too." And she caught it immediately. The waitress had already left, and I watched Liana have embarrassment enter her body and like live.
So embarrassing. And it's funny because people joke about that. Haha, you too, whatever. And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, so boldly too. I was like, thanks, you too. Thanks for coming.
It was so good that you caught it immediately. Also, that you did that.
So embarrassing. Yeah. So then that became a running joke for the rest of the trip. So, yep, you too.
Do you have anything else written down about this trip?
No.
Love Island.
Everything. Love Island. So as of recording this, we just watched
Movie
the
Night Part
first
1.
half, of Movie Night. Pooya got to talk about it in the Love Island recap pod, so you should definitely check that out. Oh my god, this has been such a fun season. I really thought things were going to go downhill, but the producers have been working overtime to try to make this season exciting.
They really
and
have.
No notes. Like, I'm so impressed with everything that they've switched up and tried to do in order to make this season interesting.
I think the formatting has been phenomenal.
Yes.
I think that the making them all watch the first night of Casa Amor
the heart rate
was
challenge.
elite. That was great.
And at first I was like, wait, they're doing the heart rate challenge and Casa in the same episode? No. And then they did it and I was like, yes, thank you, production. Thank you for knocking it out of the park. I think it's been so interesting to like watch. I've seen so many essays, like video essays about dating habits of Gen Z and like the reflection on kind of like what dating culture looks like now and anxious attachment styles and and that's been like super interesting to see. But we just watched Movie Night, the first part of Movie Night, which I spent an entire 30 minutes talking to one of my coworkers while we were working about what happened with Sincere at Movie Night. I had to set the whole thing up. I was like, there's this guy, KC, and everybody's mad at him, and the boys and the girls were all fighting. And then I talked about Sincere and about how no one defended that man's actions.
No, they watched the footage and were like, oh no.
Yeah, it was like horror reactions from everybody, which it's been a long time since we recorded the Pal. I think I was like, Bryce. I'm all in on Brinity. Bryce and Trinity for the win. They are the only people I think I actually like on this. I mean, there's definitely other people that I like moments of. I do really like Jen. I don't like Gall. Gall sucks.
It's funny because you'll hear this when you listen to the pod. I talked about how going into the season, Bryce and Trinity were both like bottom picks for me, and now I'm rooting for them hard.
Yeah.
I talked about how I nothing Jen, and now I really am rooting for Jen. I'm hoping there's at least one more bombshell for Jen.
Same.
So
yeah,
funny how things change.
It's so interesting to look back on like your opinions and how things change, and as you get to know people and you kind of like see their real character. But yeah, Bryce and Trinity for the win. To me, I think it's basically lock it up. Like, unless God forbid something happens to one of them, like I genuinely feel like there are winners no matter what.
I don't really, unless they choose to recouple for some reason, I don't see them losing at this
But they're
point.
boyfriend girlfriend now.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
So
boyfriend girlfriends break up all the time. Husbands and wives
break
get
up all
divorced.
the time. Although on the flip side of that, Parmita and Corbin, your Persian cat princess lady.
Oh, man.
Aren't you so happy to have
I was
Persian
the
representation?
night we got Parmita, I messaged Lavina. I was like, one of us made it to Love Island, and she's probably the most sought after person. This is sick. And the more I'm seeing from Parmita, I'm like, Parmita, can you not tell everyone you're Persian? Like you're from Texas, right? Like that's where you were from.
I think she has about 2 brain cells. I think between her and Corbin, you could round up to 5, maybe.
5 is generous. 5 is very generous. Yeah. They are closed off after like 4 hours of knowing each other. They're like, yeah, we're closed off to other people. Good. Keep yourselves separated from all these other people.
Like, I don't know. They're probably going to be eliminated soon, basically, because there's so many people right now. There's going to be a culling at some
There's
point.
also a lot of people that are anti-Corbin and a lot of people that have been anti-Parmita because of the whole like argument where she defends the guys, basically.
They entertain me. I don't want them to leave. They're a hot mess. They're like
they're
villains of
the
season.
quintessential hot dummies, though.
Yes.
They really are.
Yes. If you're talking about hot dummies on islands, like those are the 2 hottest dummies.
Yeah, I want Gaul the fuck out of there.
Dude, Gaul sucks. Gaul, that whole thing with Jen where he basically fabricated an argument to just so he could leave her made no sense. I was like, dude, what are you doing? So I saw somebody made a TikTok about this, which is basically when you have Casa and the Villa, you have 2 different societies with 2 different societal hierarchies. What? So when the OG men, so when they were at Casa, that was like a classic patriarchy. The women in the villa are like the classic matriarchy. And you can see how the Casa women versus the Casa men behave differently within those societal structures versus when they get back together, and then you sort of have this like remingling. So for example, the women and the Casa side like end up doing a lot more like, yeah, it's okay, just do whatever you want, like a lot more sexual, a lot more like appealing to the male gaze type situation. And then on the other side, in the matriarchal society, you have the men being like, I'm going to bring you a picnic and I'm going to make you this and I'm going to be nice and I'm going to suck up to you. And then as soon as they intermingle again, you start to see the opposite sides of those personalities come out. Gaul was like, in the matriarchal society, seemed decent. Take him over to the mixed more patriarchal society, and he's a douchebag. Same with the women. You see the women with the men be like, it's okay, man, do whatever you want. Then the women get back over, and
like,
then
hey,
TT's like, hey, actually, you were kind of a shitbag.
Yeah, and you treated this like a hall pass just to fuck around, and that's it.
It's been so interesting to like put it through that lens of like seeing how society, like how different people can behave in different societal structures based on like what the norms are for that sort of group. And also you have the game layer on top of that, right? So the women in Casa have to appeal to the OG men if they want to stay in the game. Similar, which I think Gaul is a good example of that, of him using Jen to basically be able to stay in the game so we could explore Kenzie or whomever else, right? So anyway, it's been so interesting to watch. It's been a very, very fun season.
Kenzie kissing Gaul and then being like, yuck. I'm over him now, Dylan. Can we be together? And then Dylan sobbing.
Dylan crying when he found out.
I don't trust it.
God. You don't trust Dylan crying?
The crying could have been real. That's fine. It's a red flag to me. I felt bad for him, but it's a huge red flag to me.
I think what I'm personally really struggling with Love Island this season is it feels like there are different rules this season than in
other
previous
seasons.
Yeah. Like it feels like the whole concept is you're supposed to go in, you do get coupled up, but you're supposed to like explore your other connections, and it feels like that exploration piece is like not allowed to happen.
I think the other thing, I saw an interesting video about this, which we're talking about these things at such high level, but it could just be like, nope, these are just reality people. But I watched this video about how this guy explained how like the last 2 seasons, the friend groups, that really stood together blew up, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people keep bringing up the
Powerpuff Girls, that kind of stuff.
yeah, like the Janae, Serena, and Leah of it all, and like how you're going into this now being like, I gotta find my people and lock in with them, not in like a to get famous way, but in a I need my people. That's the right way to do it. And I think
Alliance-based structure.
so. They go in and they lock in with those people, and then it's like, I ride or die for this person. You cannot look at anyone else but her, or you cannot look at anyone else but him. And if you do, that guy should just fucking like end you and do other stuff.
I think what's confusing to me is they keep saying that, like, yeah, it's okay if we explore other connections, but
Don't be lustful though.
But you can't be exactly. There seems to be a very specific set of behaviors that you have to have in order to explore a connection. So it's like you can have chats, but you can't have too many chats, and you can't chat for too long, and you can't have any touchy-feeliness. Otherwise, and you have to say no to a kid. Like it's like a very, I don't know. It feels like a very, and maybe it's just my own brain, but it's like it feels like such an exceptionally difficult social situation to navigate. Like there are things that I see in this season, and then I see people online or in the villa reacting a type of way, and I'm like, I don't get this at all. Like I don't understand why people are mad.
Same.
I don't understand why somebody is upset. Like, and again, I'm like, is that just a me situation of not being able to read like social cues, or is this a no, that like they're whack? But also at the same time, it's people on the outside who are also all seeing this and all having that same response. I'm like, maybe it is just me. Maybe I'm old fashioned. Maybe I just don't care. I don't know. It's very weird.
I think it's also one of those things where you and I both, like we watch the episodes, you'll go through and read Reddit and then you'll move on, right? Because I'm not live tweeting and because I'm watching them like that night, sometimes they're collecting and I'll just binge them. I'm not in the discourse like that.
Sure.
So I'm not seeing all the multiple commentary pieces on it. So I'm not sitting there thinking, yo, what she said's actually kind of out of pocket. And once you realize the way that it was interpreted, or once you realize what this person's saying, we don't have that.
Sure.
I'm watching it. I'm moving on. I think there's that. And I think also sometimes there's, personally, I feel like sometimes there's like reaction like, oh, that was shitty. And then there's the, oh, you're too like engulfed in this.
Like too parasocial.
Yes. Where I'm like, that's not that deep. But that just might be me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So that could also be a factor into it. I'm not sure. But no, it's been such a fun season. Oh, Gull's business.
The coffee shop.
Yeah, is predominantly run by women.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, while he's in the villa, his coffee shop did a promo where anyone named Jen could drink for free.
Oh, that's so funny. I actually love that.
I'm like, Jen is a very popular name, so they were like,
damn,
we'll take the loss on this.
Yeah, like we're willing to.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, I like that part of it. I don't like Gull's behavior in the house, but
No.
I like that part.
It's a bad season for men. Not that other seasons have been good seasons for men, but this season especially, I'm like, after Bryce, who am I like, that's a guy. Is it the new guy? What's his name?
Wait, what new guy? Carl?
Yeah, Carl.
We love Carl.
Yeah.
I think Bryce. I think Carl. I think poor sweet little baby. What's that blonde boy? The little tiny young blonde boy who can't connect with anybody.
Caleb.
Caleb.
That might be the biggest mystery of the season for me.
Who is Caleb?
Why do people love him so much? The public loves him. Why?
Because it's all relative. Caleb has done nothing but be normal. And by comparison, everyone else is trash. The fact that the bombshell Carl, who's been on 3 episodes of the entire season, is like probably the second most liked man in that house, says
this
something.
Season has very low bar.
Correct.
The men have been acting
that's
a fool.
Caleb, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I think Caleb has such high value at the moment, because relative to Caleb, it's like it goes Bryce, Carl, Caleb, Gap, Zach.
I don't like Zach, so maybe Zach's lower for me. But then,
who would you put above Zach?
Who are the men left at that point? Dylan.
Dylan doesn't. Dylan and Gall don't even count. I feel like Dylan's such a nothing burger.
If they don't count, we're left with what? Sincere, Casey, and Zach?
Casey, Corbin.
Hey, Melanie.
Melanie, I got a dad.
Hello.
Yeah, you've got those 4. Of those 4, rank them.
Jesus.
Casey, Corbin, Zach, and Sincere.
I think Sincere's the worst.
Agreed.
Even though I think Casey kind of explained himself well as far as like, I just felt like this was a stronger connection, so I went with it. Because I think that everyone can agree it's not the fact that you're with her, it's the fact that you dogged Anaya.
Right, it's how you went about it.
Yeah, you like trashed her and then had to go out of your way to justify this. Like,
Right.
you didn't need to do all that. Sincere's the worst because he can't own up to anything.
Sincere, okay, I knew he was shady, but seeing the montage all put together was like, oh, this is worse than I remember.
And we knew he was shady.
And I knew he was shady. But like, I think if you had asked me before that, I would have been like, okay, well, obviously Corbin and Casey are at the bottom. But after Sincere, I'm like, Sincere is easily the worst.
Yeah.
He's like, and people throw the term gaslight around. He's like literally gaslighting.
Oh, yeah.
Like actually
I
gaslighting.
mean, it was so sad hearing Melanie have to, well, at least I know I'm not crazy. Like,
well, I think the combination of that and the fact that like she just sat there bawling, I felt like Melanie is not necessarily my favorite person.
No,
in
same,
the house.
but she's broken, dude.
Oh, I feel so
broken.
bad. Like so bad for her. And that's like, ugh, like the producers tried so hard to break up these couples. And it was like, Anaya, Melanie, look at how terrible your men are. Leave them, please. Here, have 12 boys. You don't even get 6. You get 12. You get double the options. And you can't even pick one of these men. Like, so frustrating. So anyway, so I would put Sincere last. You and I both put Sincere last. Second to last is...
The thing is, I think second to last is still KC because our expectations were high for him.
Yes.
I think with Corbin, as much as I can say his behavior has been bad,
yeah,
I've expected nothing from him. This is
Same.
the man who within the first 24 hours like, I forgot what it means like, can I kiss you again?
and then use the same line over.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he's got his 1-2 brain cell. Like,
exactly. So like, for me, it's like, yeah, I'm not supporting what you're saying, but you also legitimately don't know any better. Whereas
Right.
KC exhibited better behavior and
Initially.
then sunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Corbin, it's like, okay, we're a little bit, he like committed to Kenzie and stuff, and that was looking promising, but then I think the minute he saw the Persian cat,
I think it's
over.
tough. I think I would need to go back and rewatch Casey's behavior because I think upon an initial watch, I didn't really get why everybody was so mad about it. Over time, like obviously it's been gotten kind of worse and worse.
I think it's because he had the opportunity to express these things to her,
Right.
and didn't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Sincere light where he just didn't bring it up, and then in closed doors he's like, fuck her, she's not giving me anything. Yeah, we have nothing in common.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pouring myself into her and
Yeah.
she's not pouring into me, which I'm like, what do you mean by that? Anyway, yeah, and then I think third place from the bottom is Corbin.
Yeah, so then Zach.
Ugh.
But that's what. But
Maybe I'll put Corbin ahead of Zach. Am I nuts? I might.
why do you not like Zach?
Because I think Zach is doing everything Sincere is doing, but he's getting away with it because his options have not been around.
Zach's been moving weird. I agree.
Yeah. And I think he's also been talking a lot of shady shit about people.
Yeah.
That whole thing when Kata was like, Caleb talked to me and wants to explore. And I was like, I'm down. And Zach was like, okay, so then I'll go talk to Melanie then.
Yeah.
For no reason. Him constantly before the hideaway being like, but what if we have sex and then I see someone I like? What about that? That was weird. I have not forgotten about
so
that.
weird.
Yeah. And then the whole thing, like, I think it's such shady business to have not told her that Alana left the villa. That was weird.
Okay, I think that was also very weird. And like, I hear the argument. It's like, well, he wasn't going to pick her anyway. But the whole point, if you and I think about us. I think about if we, obviously our connection now, but even in the early days, if you and I went to Casa and whatever, and we came back together, I would tell you literally everything that happened.
I feel like it's not even like receipts like that, but I think about it let's not think about it in the context of Love
gossipy
Island.
way.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God, you're not going to believe this.
So it'll be like, you know, you've seen a couple of photos of me hanging out with somebody at one
Yeah.
of these, like, let's say RHAP event.
Yeah.
And you're like, so how was like David? And I was like, dude, David left after the second day. He got sick and like he just he stayed in his hotel. We didn't see him again. Like that would come up.
Like, I think if I were Zach, I would have been like, yeah, it's true. Alana, like I'm the woman who I connected with the most. Her name was Alana. We had a couple kisses. Like, I'm not going to lie to you about that. Throughout that process though, I was continuously thinking about you. I was never planning on bringing her back. But then gossip wise, like, yeah, she was removed. I can see why if you tell it the wrong way, it can come across as weird.
Yes, but I think alternatively, if you don't bring it up, I would immediately think about what happens if she finds out and I didn't tell her.
Right.
It'll look like I tried to hide it, and
Correct.
it'll look like I came back because I had no other options.
Correct. Yes.
Which I think is not great.
Yeah.
So I think that was the issue there. And I think also, again, Zach kind of...
Why wouldn't you mention it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's, too many of these boys are using the argument of like, well, I picked you, so what's the problem here? Which, when you do that also, I'm like, come on, you're treating... That was a hall pass thing. You're like,
yeah,
I fucked and did everything, but I'm here now.
I think it was something that Melanie said that I really, really liked, which was like, I don't need you to choose me. I need you to respect me. And I was like... She ate with that one, because that's exactly what it is. It's like, you're going to go and cheat on me, but you're going to come back to me at the end of the day. Like, that's not what I want, right? That's not what I'm interested in.
No, that's not what you want.
Exactly. So, which is actually pretty funny coming from Melanie, because my favorite Bryce moment so far of the whole, well, there have been a number of great Bryce moments, but the first moment where I was like, oh, I really like Bryce and Trinity a lot, is when during the blindfolded bed makeout challenge, when they had to choose who their partner was based on making out, and Melanie went back and forth between Corbin and Sincere, and Bryce was like, I'm sorry, you're telling me you can't tell and she was like, I didn't know the difference, I couldn't tell the difference. She was like, this 6'4" man versus this like 5'9" or whatever, however tall Sincere is, he's like, are you kidding me, you can't tell the difference between, and he brought that up multiple times. It was so funny to me, because I was like, he calls a spade, and I really appreciate
well,
that.
that's the thing with Jen, when Jen says to Kenzie's face, if we were not on Love Island, I wouldn't be friends with you.
Yes, I loved that. But I think that that's also, again, if Jen and Kenzie agreed we're going to be transparent and open with each other, Jen was transparent and open, and I think Jen delivered that information super well, which was like, look, here, I totally respect that. I'm going to tell you that I was a little bit hurt, and if this were in the outside world, this is how I would be moving. But she didn't do it, and like, she wasn't yelling, she wasn't like cursing, she wasn't like being mad. I was very impressed by Jen's behavior. I don't know like what dose of Lexapro she's on, but like, amazing.
I don't know what that means, but yes. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. So hope you had fun with us here. This was a bit of a longer one, but it's to be expected when there's a lot of things to talk about and a little time to do so. So let us know what your thoughts were. Are you happy we're back? Sound off in the comments. Who are you rooting for in the World Cup? And let us know your experiences if you went to the World Cup, or your thoughts on Love Island, or your thoughts and viewpoints on any of the other topics we said here today. Next week, Big Brother is coming. So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to run back what we did last season. I'm going to make Liana look at the photos of the cast and tell me what their names are. And
what did I do last year? Didn't I name some cowboy? Who did I name?
So I showed you photos and I said, what do you think this person's name is?
Yeah, no, basically. I know. But wasn't there one person that I feel like Riley?
You know what's going to happen? Someone's going to tell us in the comments what happened. Yeah. If you're listening to this on the pod feed, I hope this quality was good. Leave a rating and review over on that page, robswebsite.com/lounge. So go ahead and do that there. The form is still open for anyone who has any questions for us to answer. Just do bit.ly/Pooya Liana Lounge. That's one word, all of it. So yeah, other than that, we're officially back. We'll see you next week with some Big Brother talk and other stuff. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.